Hey everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this brief evening update in terms of what is going on across the tropics. Of course, focus will be on the Caribbean in this update. And before I go into details, please ensure that you're subscribed and tap the notification bell so that you never miss an important update. So of course, we're starting out with what is happening generally across the Atlantic. And so we can see that we've got some systems here and there, and we even have lots of showers and thunderstorms developing in diverse areas this afternoon. The intertropical convergence zone is pretty active right now, and we even have a few tropical waves propagating along it, of course. And where we have that low pressure area to the east of the Azores that was marked as a disturbance, chances have basically ran out for it to possibly become something subtropical, acquiring a name, and as such, it is no longer considered a disturbance by the National Hurricane Center. And so as a result, no new systems are expected during the next 7 days. But let's zoom into the Caribbean here, because it takes less than a storm to do some decent damage across different areas. And we see that there's lots of activity right now across sections of the Caribbean. Of course, things are pretty dry in the east. We have a lot of Saharan dust there inhibiting activity. But over Hispaniola, we see the development of lots of showers and thunderstorms that is slowly dissipating that small blob of activity there. Something similar over in the northwestern side of Jamaica, where some parishes have been impacted by this rainfall and thunderstorm activity this afternoon. Thankfully, based on what I'm seeing here, it isn't as bad as yesterday, because I mean, there was so much flooding and so much damage done in some areas yesterday, and it would have been absolutely catastrophic to see something similar today. So thankfully that is moving out, but that doesn't mean the rainfall threat is completely gone. So looking in the southern Caribbean, here we can definitely see lots of activity in the vicinity of Central America, and this is expected to persist for some time. And it is some of that activity that is also making its way into the vicinity of Jamaica. So with that continuous flow, that is going to be helping to induce more of that shower and thunderstorm activity across sections of the island. And as a matter of fact, I believe that is why we have the GFS even expecting that we could see something by next week. Although I am not so confident about seeing something, especially something major. Not that it is impossible, because of course, once we have the right conditions, we can definitely see developments. And we already have those very warm sea surface temperatures, which is a major part of tropical development. But of course, we also need that wind shear to not be too strong, because that helps to inhibit cyclones when it is strong in the upper atmosphere. And so as I was saying now, so the National Hurricane Center this morning mentioned the fact that Jamaica and Cuba, as well as the Bahamas, will be experiencing that excessive rainfall between now and going to Saturday afternoon. And so Jamaica is now out of that in the latest discussion, but that doesn't mean that the rainfall threat is over. There's still a lot of moisture across the region, and even that pop-up of convective activity can induce quite a bit of rainfall activity. And even half an hour of consistent heavy rainfall can induce a lot of flooding across some areas, guys. But as of right now, for the island, mostly the southern and eastern parishes are somewhat in the clear, not too much happening there. But of course, as I said earlier, we have the northwestern parishes impacted by some of that convective buildup. And of course, guys, that is basically it. I'll be going into more details in tomorrow's update, so stay tuned for that. And of course, as always, remember to be weatherwise.